What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the MOS Reptiles official YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be setting up this beautiful exoteric that I have in front of me for a very special creature that we are going to be showing you today. Now, if you guys want to learn more, stay tuned and let's roll that intro montage. Alright guys, check this out. So this little guy right here is called the Crested Gecko. Now this guy is the gecko that we're going to be filming with today. And we have done a video on Crested Geckos before. If we go back a couple of videos, I did a video with the Crested Geckos versus leopard geckos and which one is a better pet. Now today we're going to be learning how we can set up an absolutely beautiful Crested Gecko enclosure. Now you see this little guy, we're going to get some B-roll shots right there. Oh yeah, look at those eyes. Now this guy's absolutely beautiful, crazy looking gecko. Now these guys are really cool. They're from New Caledonia, which is an island, I believe, off of Australia. And these guys are a tropical species. Very cool little animals. Coralopus ciliatus is their scientific name. And they actually have a prehensile tail, meaning that they can support their entire body weight from it, just like that. They also have little sticky toe pads that they can hang on to trees and limbs and all sorts of stuff like that. Guys, we're going to be setting up a really cool cage today. So guys, we're going to try and make this as easy as possible for us. All of our enclosures, probably sometime next year, will be all bioactive. That's the plan. So I'm going to create this cage to make it to be able to be bioactive, if that makes any sense. So the first, most important thing when you're starting any enclosure is that you have good substrate. Now if you look right here, guys, this right here is a delicious meatball. And this is Eco-Earth. Now this is a mix of different substrates. You have your Eco-Earth brick in here, and there you go, now you guys can see me. Eco-Earth brick in here, you have some sand, you have some moss, other stuff in here. Now, love it. We're gonna use it in the tank now. Alright guys, all done. Let's move on to the next thing that we have for you guys. Just kidding. Alright, I'm gonna dump this entire bin that I have in here. Oh yeah. There we go. Now guys, we're going to yell that because our substrate has sand in it. Ooh. But I promise, you don't have to fret. Now, the only reason that we have sand in here, it's a, what is it? It's not calcium sand or anything. It's like a crushed walnut shell. And it's mixed with the Eco-Earth, so it's barely, it's just to hold it and make it a little more compact so the gecko can't eat it. When this is wet, it'll stay nice and compact and it'll dry. Almost like the excavator clay does. So, there we go, get that nice and evened out. You want your substrate to be nice and even for your geckos. Beautiful stuff. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so I'm going to move back over here. We're going to move on to some of our decor. We're going to pick out some little plants and stuff that we can throw in here. Make this cage look nice and pretty for our little gecko. Okay, so we're going to throw a little bit of Cypress Mulch in there. What's in here? Alright, there we go. Now guys, little tip. This stuff, there we go. Alright, so this stuff saved my life. I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. Just gonna throw some Cypress Mulch in there, get some little bit of texture in there. Now, right here guys, I'm gonna get down to your level. So, this right here, no float cypress bedding, saved my life. I was spending like $20 on just a little bit of cypress bedding, the Repti bark and stuff like that, for like a 32 quart bag, and it was just not enough. And it would fill up a 40-gallon tank, and that was it. I get no float at my local hardware store. I get it at Home Depot. I'm in Florida. I literally get it for $2.50 for this big bag. It's 3 cubic feet, and I can fill up 3 20 gallons, 3 40 gallons with it. So guys, definitely, if you have not discovered this little trick yet and you're using Cypress Mulch for your animals, get the no float bedding. Any other brand usually has colors in it. It's natural. It's perfect for the animals. I highly, highly recommend it. On for my rant. That was not sponsored by Home Depot, but you know. So guys, if we're thinking, a lot of people ask me, oh, how you set up your cages and stuff. You have to make sure that you're starting from the ground and you're going up. Now, we don't have a background on this cage, so that kind of makes it a little difficult to start. Now, to start off, we're going to use pieces like this cork bark right here. And we're literally just gonna lie it, just like that. And we're gonna make little hiding spots for the animal. Now, I'm just gonna make a couple pieces down there for him. And we can use pieces like this that are round, and we can use them as places to put plants in. Now, when we're doing a bioactive setup, which I'll have a video on as soon as I get that done, you can bury this just like that, put a piece of cork right there, and now you have a planter. Now what you can do with this is take something like this plant right here, put it right in there, and it almost looks as if the plant is coming out of the cork, which is a really cool little effect that you guys can do. And that's just going to add another layer to your tanks. Now, we're going to start building up a little more. I'm going to take this big branch. I don't really like to make angles like that, but let's try that out. I'm going to take this branch right here. It's just a piece of sand blasted grapevine. Lock it in there, make sure it's nice and tight in place. It's not going anywhere. There we go, perfect. Guys, you can add a little cover. You don't want these cages to be perfect. Everyone's very concerned about getting their cages absolutely perfect. These animals are from the wild, they are wild animals. Let's make their cages as naturalistic as possible. Alright, let's take this nice little piece. Little trick. If your suction cups aren't sticking, lick your finger, wipe it on there, stick it on. You'll never have a problem with it again, I promise. Alright, we're going to add another suction cup right there. And right there, just like that. Beautiful. And that's going to give us a little vine right there that he could go across. If he wants to, we'll have a little UV light when this is a bioactive setup. And he can bask on this little vine here and hang out. Now let's add another little vine here. Guys, even if these vines are not going to be used by the gecko, this is also for your personal enjoyment. When you guys are keeping these animals, you want to make sure that their cages are appealing, because guess what? This is for us too. And this vine will probably be used for him to go up and down. Now guys, you also want to make sure that your animals have tons of hiding spots. Stuff like this, you would think that it would make the animal feel more secure, and it does, but an animal does not feel secure if it's out in the open. So what you want to do is take these little cork rounds like this, do the same thing that you did with the planter before. You want to make sure that this is nice and secure. We're going to get it nice and secured in there, alright. And give him places to go up and down. Now you want different levels and everything for your animal. So, let's see what we can do here. We're just going to take this little plant right here, and I'm literally just going to hang that right there. Alright, beautiful. Nice, it's looking good. Alright, now we have all this empty space here. This is all, oh, we got another display, thank you. Got all this empty space here. We want to make sure that all of the terrarium is covered, except the front. We want plenty of space for everyone to look in and see our beautiful animals. And right on there. We'll suction cup that onto this side. Make sure that that's nice and filled up. Alright. Now a lot of times when you're getting these plants out of the bag, they're all bunched up. Make sure you mess with them a little. Swing the vines around. Make sure it's, you know, all bushy and you got it all covered for your animals. There we go. Alright, we're going to do the back now here. Another plant, little there. Give him a little bit of room. One more plant. Now guys, little trick. I love to keep all my plants the same. I know that sounds kind of strange, but it'll just look better when you have a large curtain of this foliage. Now stuff like this, stuff that falls off, these plants tend to fall off like that. Throw it on the bottom of the cage, make it look messy. Trust me, it'll look good when it's done. We're going to add a little bamboo stick right there. Not that he really needs it, but there we go. And that'll give him just another thing to climb on. Now guys, these geckos are what we call arboreal. meaning that they mainly live their lives in trees and up high and in the, in the canopy of a forest. So we want to give them that canopy of the forest feel, but we also want to give them different, levels and stuff for them to explore. So there you go, little hideaway right on the bottom there. Probably not use it, but guess what? If he does, then that's gonna be awesome. We'll add a little bit of Mopani driftwood in there, right there. Now these right here, these are bamboo pieces. Really nice for different day geckos and stuff, but they also work for the crusties just fine. Now it's kind of an eyesore right there, so what we'll do is we'll just cover it up. Keep it all nice and secure in there. Guys, guess what? We have a finished Crested Gecko setup here. Alrighty guys, so I'm just going to add a couple more things in here. I know I said we were done, but there was just too much empty space. So this right here, we'll call it an anchor. We put that. Where are we going to put that? Is it right there? Guys, all about experimenting. Just nothing here is planned. We just go along with it and do it. There we go. That's a nice one. Alright, good job. There we go. Alright. This is a big long vein. I did not say that right. We're just going to literally throw that in there. That'll cover up some of this empty space that I have in this corner here. There's another little bamboo piece right there. I'm going to put in this corner. That fills it up a little. Let me take a look at that. Here, guys, angle. That looks a little better, I think. There we go. So, although this looks just like a lot of plants jumbled in there, he's got all these hiding spaces. Remember, we added all those corks in there. He's got this long, big piece right here. He's got all these sandblasted grapevines to go on. He can climb up the walls. I mean, he has got a beautiful cage that we're going to be able to put him in here, guys. Now, eventually, we want all of our cages to be bioactive. So, first start to that is going to be adding isopods and springtails. So if any of you out there want to throw us some springtails and isopods, we would love it. And I think it's a pretty good looking cage. I'm going to throw a light on it for you guys and do a little montage. Alright guys, a little bonus in this video, we're going to show you the rest of the Coralophus and Rhacodactylus geckos that we have. This guy right here is Rhacodactylus auriculatus. We're going to have a couple B-roll shots of him. This is a gargoyle gecko, sorry. Now these guys are also from New Caledonia. This guy's an orange stripe. And there you go, that's this beautiful bioactive setup. Now guys, we want all of our setups to look like this. I could not get a video of creating this setup, but I promise you guys, the next bioactive that we do, we will have a video up on that on the channel as soon as possible. Now this cage still has a lot of work that needs to be done on it. It needs new plants, more isopods and everything like that. Probably fix up the background a little right here. And we'll show you guys exactly how to do everything. But there you go, just wanted to give you a little shot of that little guy. Alright guys, check this out. So these are the only two animals that we have in the house. But these are two little tiny baby little crested geckos. Now these guys are the same ones as the adult, the juvenile that you saw earlier. These guys are probably only about a month old. Now we do have a couple of these available. A friend of mine is a breeder. And if you guys are interested in any of the geckos, then let me know and send me a DM on my Instagram, which will be linked down in the bio. And we can get you hooked up with a new little pet. But these guys are super duper cool little babies. They're so cute. Now we just have them inside because it's a little too warm in the garage for them for now. You know, once they get a little older and a little more tolerant, we'll move them outside. But for now, they're doing super well, eating on Rapashi and Pangea, and they are just the cutest little geckos that you could ever imagine. Look at those little guys. Alrighty guys, thank you guys for watching this video of MOS Reptiles Official. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure to stay curious, stay positive, and love animals.